So the story, The Iron Orchard, is based on a novel by the same name by a writer named Tom Pendleton. I adapted the novel because the director, Ty Roberts, and I had been very good friends for a while, and he sent me the script, sent me the novel. I read it immediately, loved it. It was this, from page one, this very cinematic story about a young man who moves from East to West Texas to work in the oil fields, shunned from his hometown and the people that he grew up around. And so it's an underdog story about a young guy trying to prove himself to the world. Does so, becomes very successful in the oil business, and along the way gets influenced by greed and trying to prove himself a little bit too much, and becomes corrupted, and then has to sort of find redemption somehow. And it's also a love story, and you know, I think when I read the novel, to me it was ahead of its time in a way, where Tom Pendleton, whose real name is Edmund Van Zant, was sort of dealing with themes and issues, I think, that, or tackling things that were pretty powerful. And I loved it.
The book was published, was
1966.
Yeah, 1966. And when I first read the book, too, I immediately, I mean, you could just see this being adapted into a movie, which is why they tried to make it into a film for 50-plus years and failed, which is crazy to us that we were finally able to crack the code all these years later. I mean, people like Paul Newman were attached to play my role, and I think, you know, I'll speak on Gerry's behalf and act like he's not sitting right here, but when you read this book, it's such beautiful writing, and it's so dense. There's so much there that it is incredible. I was just saying to him what he pulled over 3 generations. Basically, we cover, about 30 years of Jim McNeely's life, what he was able to accomplish in a screenplay in under 2 hours from the book, and still represented the book. I mean, Tom Pendleton, or Edmund Van Zant's son, Ned, plays my father-in-law in the movie, and his sons and family have become close friends. And, you know, and that's what's really going to be the test of time for them to see the film. And more than anyone, what was their reaction going to be? Because they saw this they saw everybody try to make this movie for 50 years, and they were blown away by it. And they had both said to Gerry and I that their father would be really, really proud of. And that's a testament to him, because he condensed something that could have been, it should be a TV show or a miniseries.
There's a cast of like more than 100 characters in it, and you know, you had to cut away some stuff. I think in the first draft, obviously the first draft was a lot, it was probably like 160 pages, you know, and had to cut some things that were really great in the book, but I think we did a good job of making it work cinematically. And you know, when the first paperback that I bought for like $2 online, on the cover it said "soon to be a major motion picture," you know, and that came out in like 1967.